So a problem that you're always going to run into on these sawmills is sighting this blade accurately across the length of the log. Now, if the log, has a taper as you go down, as you're milling across the length of the log, you need to be able to sight this guy so that you don't cut too shallow or too deep. So as that log is tapering this way, even though you got a lot of big meat on the log on the side you're starting on, in this case, you're going to have to take off a lot more meat on the beginning side, and then as you cut through, you're going to be popping out at some point on the other side, and your cut is going to be a lot thinner and narrower on the other side with the taper of the log. So you need to sight it to get your height accurate for the blade. Now, newer sawmills have a laser that is on here that just projects a laser right along the log, so you can see exactly where the cut's going to be. But this sawmill and a lot of everybody else's sawmills don't have that. So so the way I do it is, and I've shown this before, is I just basically I'm sighting down this log here, and there's a taper as it goes down the length. So I got to take more meat off on this side here. So I'm going to lower this side until I see I'm basically, a little bit below the crown of the log on the other side. So to do that, I'm just going to lower the winch here as I'm sighting. Okay, so that's pretty good, but there's no way for me to be 100% sure exactly where that blade's going to come out. So there's a little trick to do that. I'm on the narrow end of the log right now, or the smaller end. So I'm going to measure up from the deck over here. I'm going to say, okay, to get my cut about right here where I want it, it's going to be right at 13 inches. So I can just measure that, get that measurement on this side. And then I can take that measurement back on the other side. Measure up off the deck here to the blade, and I'm about 13 and a quarter. So I'm just going to lower this down a quarter. Okay, so now I know with certainty exactly where my blade is entering the log and where my blade is exiting the log. I changed the blade here, and that is because I can see this bearing spinning. There's another bearing on the other side. I can't see it while I'm milling. When this bearing spins, you know it's time to change the blade, or not when it spins, but when it starts